So basically what you're saying is that if I ever have a creative idea, I should probably just stop what I'm doing, check your YouTube channel first to make sure you don't have it, so that I don't come out being like, oh, here's my original team, let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. In today's video, we follow up with our recent video that we put out last week, talking about how I wasn't planning on building a Triple Icaru team. I had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me, hey, so Childish, you're not going to build this team. What are you going to be building? So I decided to bring on a fellow YouTuber and good friend, Ace, with Ace Gaming on here, as I have recently built his team, and we're going to be showcasing it for you guys today as an alternative to the Triple Icaru team. Ace, how are we doing today, boss?
Hey, doing well. Yo, welcome everyone.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Collaborating with Childish today.
Did you say hey and yo? Now, are you using a line from Xenio Gamer there? I mean, is that, do we got to copyright that, or copyright strike incoming?
You know what? I don't know what happened there. Streaming so much. I've been watching his stream for the past 6 hours.
Ah, there it is. Yeah. I got you. So, yes, guys, if you guys have no idea who Ace is, yeah, you're gonna learn today, because actually, he's one of the people that I coined the Rodney Dangerfield of Summoner's War YouTubers, right? He's one of the people that's actually been doing this thing for quite some time, but didn't really get the respect early on, even though he made some really strong videos out there that actually just blossomed into some of the content that we have today there. Let's go ahead and get into the content, my man. So this team right here, the Light Homoculus Double Roaq composition, again, a fun little alternative to the Triple Icaru composition, generating, for my account, on average about 1.5 minute runs, with hitting some minute mark runs when everything works as well as it can. So since this is technically the team that I pulled from your video, I want to have you on the channel and give you credit where credit is due. So can you fill us in on this team as we start the auto run here? Tell us a little bit about it, and why does it work so good?
All right, so this team, honestly, guys, it's really awesome. It's really about the actual strategy. You know, a lot of times, you know, we see videos and it's just like, oh, you throw this on and it'll work, but they don't tell you why. So this is all about turn manipulation, turn advantage. So this is a turn-based game. So the more turns you get, the more you're going to succeed. So it's all about just manipulating that attack bar of the boss, of the whole dungeon, really, even the mid-boss here that you're looking at. So between the Lauren and the Vertihile, you have positive attack bar gain, and you have negative attack bar gain for the enemy. So, and then you can see the beautiful team-ups from the rocks, and then with the Light Homunculus, she throws in another team up, right? So, yep. I mean, it's just all about manipulating this attack bar to success, really.
Yeah, I think that was the craziest thing that I realized. Like, I knew about the Double Roaq team up, but I forgot about Light Homunculus and taking the path that you took, which we're going to show for the community right now here. The ability to essentially set up a team up, the Rock On, which is what's going on right now here, and potentially either pulling, you know, our Rogues in for more damage, or Vertical for more attack bar manipulation, or just overall, like I said, just overall DPS, which kind of surprised me here. So yeah, it's a really strong comp.
Yeah, no, it really is. And, you know, we're looking at yours, and, you know, she's missing a few strips, which tells me she's missing a few skill ups. So.
Yeah. It's good. See, it's good. It got to get a little close for the content, right? That's what it is. We run it 50 runs, doesn't fail. But then once we press the record button, we're bound to fail on my channel. Like, you already know it's epic fail, right? This is what happens.
This is been happening to me on stream all the time. Whenever I stream, then it's epic fail galore, man.
Right. So basically, just a ton of team ups coming in that allow us to bring in, obviously, our big time damage dealers that do some insane DPS here, and then of course that attack bar manipulation that we're talking about here. Let me ask you this though, because I know there's going to be a couple of questions for people that may be looking to build this if they're not going Triple Icaru. When it comes to Light Homoculus, okay. Let's talk about its team up ability, Rock On, real quick. Now, is this a little bit different than the Rogues here? Because you know the Rogues are able to team up people and reduce their cooldowns. Does this ability Rock On with the Light Homoculus also do the same?
Yeah, so it does reduce everyone's cooldowns, but it is very unique though. Obviously, she brings that attack buff with it, right?
Right.
But the very the more unique part about it is she doesn't have to send herself. So
Right.
she actually picks three teammates and sends them. Sometimes she picks herself, sometimes she doesn't. So it's when she sends, for example, the Vertihile if he's on damage, plus the two rocks, and you'll see the boss's health bar deplete by like a quarter. It is crazy. So
Right.
right there,
Right. Right.
perfect
Right.
example.
Right. That's crazy. And I was gonna say too. If she pulls herself, does she reduce her cooldown, or is that a little too OP there?
I know she, as far as I know, she does.
Okay.
Yes, no, she definitely does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Because
yeah, on Violent, I've seen her do rock on, take herself, Violent proc, and do her shield, and then Violent proc, and she has rock on again. So it definitely does reduce it for herself as well.
right. 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 And what we'll do right now is we'll show a recording of your run so they can kind of see, what your team looks like, how quickly it's going, and possibly the broom build for that. Now, one of the things that they're probably going to notice here as you're showing your runes is that when it comes to your light homunculus, you actually run a different approach here. Since I don't have a ton of skill ups on mine, I'm going with the violent set here just so I can get that rock on ability as much as possible here. But one of the things you decided to do to improve your DPS is actually you're running like a triple fight set, if I recall correctly. Yeah.
No, actually, that was for the Necropolis. That was for the Necropolis team. For the Dragons, I did do a follow-up video on how to build
Okay.
it, and I have since switched to the Violence because just one, because she can derp, right? That's the
Right.
unfortunate part. So if she opens up with skill 2, then you need that ability for her to Violent proc into that rock on. So that's one common mistake. I don't know, maybe it was my fault. I didn't do a good enough job of explaining that, or maybe just it was just lost in the video possibly. But I do definitely do recommend Violent on her for sure. It's a must.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that too. Common mistakes. When I talked to you about my composition, I think you named off quite a handful of things that I wasn't doing wrong, things that I try to overlook because I'm just like, oh no, it's okay, it's no big deal, I'll get through it. Obviously, once you made your video and people reached out to you, they had a lot of questions, and you started seeing some common things. What are some of the big common mistakes that you notice when people building this team?
Well, Childish, I'll be honest with you. It's just people, unfortunately, they're trying to, run before they can crawl. So a lot of the times it's been more, they just don't have the actual runes required for the damage. So it does need a little bit of damage. But I do mention in the video that they need to, if they don't have the damage, a lot of people tell me, my team is failing, my team is failing. So it looks like you're good on damage yourself. But,
Hmm.
then again, it's going back to the actual strategy. Then it's just about turn cycling. It's fine if you don't have enough damage. That just means you need more turn cycling. So how are you going to get more turn cycling? You're going to need more speed. Unfortunately, that can be a little hard to get everything over 200 speed on Violent, which is what I recommend. Maybe actually about 210 would be ideal. But that's one of the mistakes. A lot of people try to go with the slower approach to get those faster times, but they just don't have the room quality yet. So you guys are going to kind of have to bite the bullet and take those slower times for now.
Yep, definitely. And then one of the things that we were talking about off the camera was the artifacts and some of the things that you should utilize here. So, what are your recommendations for potential artifacts that somebody can utilize when trying to set up a team like this?
All right, guys, two things. And if you don't take anything else away from this video, take these two: attack increase in effect and damage dealt by attacking together. And you can get those on both sides of both artifacts, on the attribute and on the type. So those are the two main ones that are going to increase your overall damage. And then after that, depending on which one, if you can get on the left, damage dealt to fire, that'd be great. And then on the right, the skill 1 crit damage, skill 2 crit damage would be amazing for the rocks and the vertihile and the lord. Or just additional damage by X, because that additional damage does kind of stack up because you're doing it every time they team up. So there's a lot of variations of artifacts you can use. Yeah, and they're and don't kind of sleep on the artifacts. They
Yep.
add a ton of damage, guys.
Yep. That's one of the big things I did actually when we looked at our units uh, prior to prior to this run here. We noticed that I think two of my units still didn't have any artifacts, the Light Homoculus and Lauren, which of course those are pretty crucial to have, especially for those artifacts that have the attributes for like skill 1 accuracy improvement or skill 2 accuracy improvement, so that I can make sure that I provide a little bit of extra help there with regards to the strips, since units like the Light Homoculus doesn't have a 100% activation rate on that first skill ability here. So any and all opportunity to help out is definitely good.
Yeah,
Now,
especially on the homunculus, that skill 1 accuracy would be great.
right.
It allows you to maybe squeeze in that fight set, maybe, right?
Yep. Yep, definitely. And so I remember watching your original video. I apologize, I didn't get a chance to see the second one here, but your original video, you threw out some alternatives because not everybody has a double rogue here. If I recall correctly, you recommended people try a like a crow if they have that option too.
Yeah, so a crow is actually, a decent alternative because he brings, a little team up as well, but it's just not enough turn cycling for, like the rock, obviously. But it definitely will work. It's obviously going to slow down your runs because you're just not doing as many team ups, right?
Hmm.
So definitely throw in the crow. Or guys, I do have another one. For those of you that don't have a second crow, I will be dropping a mid-game video this coming week with another alternative. So make sure you tune in for that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but actually that's part of our it's part of the end of it thing here. I think we got some spoilers for everybody. Well, not spoilers, just hints. Hints. We don't
Yeah.
want to drop everything good. So let me see here. I'm trying to think about, and this is funny because I had this note down. I was super excited, everybody, to be like, oh yeah, 200 IQ. I'm gonna go 200 IQ on Ace right now and drop that knowledge bomb. Because one of the things that he first said once he saw my run was like, hey, your Light Homoculus is not awakened. What's the deal? And I'm like, I gotcha, Ace. Like, see, it's not awakened, so I don't have the forward skill, the passive. So as I'm sitting here with limited Devilmon, I can go ahead and skill up, skill 1 through skill 3 first before investing into skill 4, and then not even 2 minutes later, he drops the sad news to me. It's like, Childish, there's no skill ups needed for skill 4. You can go ahead and awaken your unit. I'm just like, oh man, epic fail, epic fail.
So we needed to have at least one of those, right?
Right. So remember, guys, I had the chance to, awaken it prior to the video, but I'm not even going to play right now. This is how we roll. When we have our fails, we embrace it. We just showcase the community so that they realize that everything is going to be, everything's going to be okay. But I think that the one good thing that we can take away looking at the cup, half full, is that, hey, if you have the rune quality, you can get away with Light Homoculus on Awaken and still get the job done. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, you're seeing it live right now, right?
There it is. There it is. So now one of the things that I was saying in a previous video, especially with the Triple Icaru team here, is that you have, what was it called? We have basically, the Triple Icaru team, really strong team, obviously very, very popular. And I was saying, people are gonna, even though it's something that, everyone can build and everybody could do, it's a lot of investment, people are gonna have to really work really hard. And I said that there is, the person that decides to, make that alternative, Triple Icaru, video work, I feel like that's gonna go viral. And funny enough, I think you were talking that you might have an additional video. I don't know if it's the same one as the one you were just talking about earlier, but you might have an additional video coming out kind of being that alternative to, a Triple Icaru team as well, if you wanted something a little bit stronger than this one.
Yeah, Charlie. So, just like you said, we're all Devilmon starved, right? And obviously, that dimensional whole energy is very valuable, right?
Yeah.
So I personally don't want to make 3 Icarus. So I do have an alternative that's working very well for me. It is going to be more of an end game. So an end game, I mean, obviously the Triple Icaru requires end game runes on your
Right.
vertihile, right? So
Right.
if you are already going to build a strong vertihile, you are going to be able to build my team coming up, but it's not going to require 3 Icarus. So be on the lookout
Right.
for that as well. It should be dropping this week as well. But yeah, she's very, it's all about being able to consolidate your runes. So you can have more runes for your PvP, right? If you can consolidate your PvE runes into one team, that's so much better.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this also could be an alternative to like a support based unit to bring in for possibly Necropolis, since it has that team up function with all the multi hits and bringing in twins and stuff like that. What do you think about that?
Oh, bro, I've got a video on it, of
All right,
course.
there you go. Okay, so
Actually, the necropolis, it is amazing. It does use an Abigail. It's unawakened Abigail ideally, and then you go with the team the rock on, man.
okay.
Abigail rock on, and then a big damage dealer, preferably the shaman. 100% success under a minute. Amazing team, amazing team.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is that if I ever have a creative idea, I should probably just stop what I'm doing, check your YouTube channel first to make sure you don't have it so that I don't come out being like, oh, here's my original team. Let's go.
You know what,
Right?
Challenge? I would say maybe, but you know what? There's just so many awesome minds that, if I went and looked at every single YouTube creator, I may not create any more content. Who knows?
Right,
People
right,
have already done what I did too.
right.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes, you can add some, little flavor, little spice,
I'm
maybe
gonna
some
have to.
homunculus kind of
I'm
spice.
I'm gonna build the first universal team with an unawakened Light Homoculus. Like this is gonna be epic. No one's
There
gonna
we
be able
go.
to touch this.
Very nice.
But
Very nice.
but yeah, that's pretty much it for the questions I have. Once again, my man Ace, thank you so much for coming on the channel. If you guys are watching here on YouTube and you haven't had a chance to check it out, Ace has a YouTube channel with about 8,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to help him out, show your support, give him a sub over there, get him to that 10K mark before Xenio Gamer gets there. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it as they as they're in the run. Low key, they're in the run to see who gets 10K first. No, I'm just playing.
Nah,
But
definitely. It's not a marathon. So we'll see. As long as honestly, what I want to say is, Childish, man, from the bottom of my heart, man, I do believe you are one of the best, just overall good people in the Summoners War community. So I want to thank you for having me on your channel. I
yeah,
really, really appreciate it,
yeah,
man.
no worries, no
Thank you
worries,
so much
boss.
for the community.
It
Yeah.
was long overdue, and like I said before, I'm gonna say it again in front of the camera, in front of the video, in the beginning of the video. I'm gonna say it again. You have literally been like I said, the Rodney Dangerfield of Summoners War. You've been making such good content, and unfortunately, YouTube algorithm doesn't like you. They just don't want to share your content. But hopefully, we can turn things around by getting this video off the ground and let people know what you're rocking. No pun intended when it comes to Light Homoculus, by the way.
See, that was good.
Yeah, you like
Now,
that?
I understand. I actually got to get my video production quality up a little bit. So
Yeah.
that's something I'm going to be working on very, very soon. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you very much. And guys, yeah, please, if you can, slap that subscribe button on my channel. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, there you go. Get it done, guys. Get it done. All right, that's going to be it, y'all. It's your boy Childish and Ace with ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one. We're out.
If you didn't know, oh man.